After being knocked unconscious on the streets, Shardlake awakens in the opening scene of episode 4. To make matters worse, he discovers that he has been robbed and that small-time robbers have taken his boots and coin purse. Who is the sword's legitimate owner? Shardlake visits Old Noel at the Tower Armory after getting dressed. He begs Old Noel to trace the sword's origins after presenting it to him. Old Noel determines, after inspecting the sword, that it belonged to Mark Smeaton's father, John Smeaton. The musician Mark was put to death for allegedly having an affair with Anne Boleyn. John had a stroke and died after Mark was put to death. Shardlake is shocked by this revelation and wonders if Robin Singleton was murdered in retaliation for Mark's passing, given that Robin was a part of the plot that resulted in Anne and Mark's killings. Afterwards, Shardlake meets with Cromwell to discuss his conjecture that the death of Robin Singleton was motivated by retaliation for Mark Smeaton's execution. To find out more, he intends to speak with Smeaton's surviving relatives. Instead, Cromwell suggests that he go back to Scarncia and get the surrender letter. In their chat, Cromwell also raises the possibility that Singleton created false evidence to implicate Anne Boleyn and that Smeaton may not have been guilty. Shardlake learns from reviewing prison records that Smeaton received visits from a lady who was most likely his sister. Who is responsible for Orphan Stonegarden's demise? After bringing Goodhap's horse and the land receipts from Coppinger back to the monastery, Shardlake gets ready to meet Fabian and demand that he give up the monastery. While having dinner, Shardlake sets the sword, land receipts, and surrender documents on the table in a dramatic manner. He then confesses that Simon's killing was a cold-blooded murder, an attempt to silence him for having witnessed another murder. Simon had seen firsthand how Orphan Stonegarden perished at the hands of a single monk who lived inside the monastery gates. Shardlake provides more proof of the monastery's malfeasance, demonstrating that Brother Edwig had been siphoning off taxes from the sales of the land for personal benefit. In addition, he had taken the golden chalices and used Orphan as cover for the robbery. Orphan had rejected Edwig's unwanted approaches, so he killed her and painted her as a thief who had run away. Furthermore, Edwig was also responsible for Brother Gabriel's demise. According to Shardlake, these are the offenses that will cause St. Donatus to close. Jack Barak follows Edwig as he tries to flee, but Edwig is able to avoid being apprehended. But later that evening, Edwig makes an attempt to murder Shardlake, which prompts Shardlake to defend himself and ends with Edwig's demise. Who took Robin Singleton's life? Arriving from London comes a letter that confirms Shardlake's belief that the woman who visited Smeaton in prison, Alice Futura, is, in fact, his cousin. Additionally, it is revealed that Alice killed Robin Singleton in retaliation for Mark's unfair execution. Furthermore, Mark Smeaton, who was coerced into making a false confession in order for Cromwell to win over the king, was the lover that Alice revealed to Jack. Now that he has affections for Alice, Jack is apprehensive about Shardlake taking her to London for a trial. Additionally, given that Alice is the murderer they have been looking for, Jack's hopes of getting married to her and starting a happy life with her suddenly seem like a far-off dream. But in the morning, Alice slips out through a trap door, and instead of going after her, Shardlake chooses to fabricate a report claiming that Alice drowned in the marshlands during her escape, allowing Alice to live the quiet life she deserves. Fabian is forced to sign the surrender papers at the end of the episode, giving the King of England full control over the monastery's fortune. The review of the episode. The excellent television